Hey guys, what's going on? I'm back with another video. It's that time of the week again. Happy Wednesday to you. We're going to go through all the football games that are going on this week, tell you who I think is going to win, all that good stuff. Been pretty accurate with the predictions this year. Week 13, we're kind of getting down into the home stretch here. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So the first game up tomorrow night, Washington Redskins, Dallas Cowboys. So both teams are 5-6. Really the story here, obviously, Dallas Cowboys, they lose Ezekiel Elliott to, his suspension, which, that was kind of inevitable. And again, I'm not a big fan of Ezekiel Elliott. I'm really not. Really don't like the guy. But she should have served the suspension, just taking the suspension the first 6 weeks, because then he would have been back for the last 10 games. So, I don't understand, or I don't know where their bye was, however it works out. Because this is the real stretch run. This is where championship teams turn it up a notch, put it into high gear, and finish. And so the Cowboys, it's been the opposite, kind of shaky start, and then he goes out to suspension last couple weeks, and they just completely fall apart. Redskins, on the other hand, are a team, I feel like the Redskins are the Chargers of the NFC. It's a team where they're not horrible, they're not terrible, they just fall short. Every every couple weeks, they just don't stay. They don't have enough. They're just missing that X factor. They don't get blown out 70-0 every week. It's not like it's the friggin' Cleveland Browns. It's just a scrappy team that's just missing a few pieces. That would really be something we'll get to the Eli Manning stuff in a few minutes. But for instance, if they had quarterback, they had a few pieces, they'd really be something. Because you can see the compete when you watch that team. But anyways, I think the Cowboys winning this game because they're not going to lose 3 in a row. It's already enough of an embarrassment as it is. The whole Jerry Jones, that they have to win a game, right? I'm not saying they're going anywhere. They're going to be good down the stretch because they're not. Their season's pretty much done. But they gotta win a game. They can beat the Redskins. They got to show you some kind of representative effort, and I feel like that's probably going to happen this week. Next game up, Minnesota Vikings, Atlanta Falcons. Vikings are 9-2. Falcons are 7-4. So I believe Freeman is coming back this week, or at least he's out of the concussion protocol. So I don't know if he's going to play. Probably he's going to play. I'm not quite sure. That's not really going to make the difference for this team. So Falcons 7-4. It's not terrible. It's actually pretty good compared to some of these dregs of the league. But the Vikings are 9-2. I put the Vikings, even though they got, freaking Case Keenum, and I put the Saints in front of the Eagles because of strength of schedule. The Eagles have played rubbish teams the entire, you couldn't have played any worse teams than the Eagles, except for the Chiefs, but that's the one game they lost was to the Chiefs, and it was the Week 2 Chiefs, which were actually really good. So, you got to factor in, if you blow out garbage teams, I don't really, it doesn't make you better than the Vikings or the Saints or these teams you're going to have to beat in the playoffs or at least be able to? I don't know. I put Minnesota ahead in that department. Atlanta, on the other hand, they started off playing like crap. Actually, no. They started off all right, then kind of started playing like crap. But with Freeman coming back, it seems like they've, kind of landed on their feet somewhat. 7-4 to lose, 2-3 more games, be 10-6, 9-7. So it's kind of really up in the air what's going to happen with them. I got the Vikings winning this game. The Vikings are just, I don't know. It seems like they're in control of their own destiny here. They've kind of been circling the playoff, picture for a few years now. I don't know. I feel like they're gonna do something this year. So I got the Vikings winning this game. Next game, Detroit Lions, Baltimore Ravens. Both teams there's a lot of teams with the same record. You notice that? Just Lions 6-5, Baltimore 6-5, Buffalo 6-5, Kansas City 6-5, losing friggin' half the season straight. Anyways, Lions and Ravens. I got the Ravens winning this game because I feel like the Ravens have started. They got blown out in London towards the beginning of the season. And we thought, all right, well, that's the end of this. How do you recover from that? You just being bad for 3 years now, I would say. So you kind of thought they were done. And I know they're 6-5, but they've started to turn it around. Joe Flacco started to play. They did have that punt where it was a fake punt, and the punter threw it just as well as Flacco. So there's the whole is Joe Flacco elite discussion. That's certainly what it is. I mean, they've been good enough. He's been serviceable. It seems like they've showed you something. Some semblance. I mean, they're really nothing like the, I'd say like 2008 to 2014 Ravens. They're not like that. But they've showed you something. Detroit, I thought, showed you something in the beginning of the season. It's kind of been like a slow decline for them. It could go either way. I got the Ravens winning this game. Next game out, Patriots, Bills. The Patriots winning. Not really waste a lot of time on that one. Next game, I get another one I don't want to waste any time on. So San Francisco 49ers, and actually we'll spend some time on this one because it's the San Francisco 49ers and Chicago Bears. 49ers are 1-10. Bears are 3-8. Really the only story with this game is Jimmy Garoppolo is starting for the 49ers. This is his first start. This is only his third career start. So, I mean, this is a game you're going to want to watch for sure. I'm really, I don't know if it's weird how they break down what games you can watch and which ones they don't put on where you live. It's kind of an odd, I don't know. But anyways, it's a game I want to see because, I mean, he's playing the friggin' Bears. The Bears blow. It's not like if it was they played the Seahawks last week and they didn't start him in that game, but all of a sudden magically now he knows the whole playbook and he didn't before. I don't believe that. They just want to put him in an easy game. Give the kid a, let him go out there and tear up the garbage Bears. I mean, I don't know, but he's starting. I gotta say, so I think he was 2 for 2 at the end of the Seahawks game. He threw a touchdown on his last play. I gotta say, he looked like Joe on the 49ers because Joe Montana was a little short too, like Garoppolo. In the 49ers uniform, rolling out to the left, throwing it to the end. He looked like Joe. He looked like Joe. I gotta tell you, this kid's the real deal in my opinion. But I guess we'll see. But yeah, so this is his first start, so that does make that game kind of interesting. I got the 49ers winning just because of that, because that's a team that needs a shot in the arm. Next game up, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Green Bay Packers. Buccaneers suck. I mean, they're 4-7. Packers are 5-6, but we know why. Buccaneers already thought this is the an up and coming team. They're going to be the next. They're going to be something. They blow. They're a disaster. Packers, on the other hand, almost beat the Steelers. Now, the Steelers play down to their competition on a week-to-week basis. Like, the Steelers will go have a close loss to the Patriots, but then they'll have a close win over the Browns. Like, they just, whatever the bare minimum they got to slap out there is, it seems like they're a team that does that. They play down to their competition. And, what can I say? So that's going to happen this week. Excuse me, I'm not talking about the Steelers. No, we're talking about the Packers and the Buccaneers. So the Packers, they should have gotten blown out by the Steelers. Yeah, that's why I was talking about the Steelers. My bad. Should have gotten blown out by the Steelers. Steelers are much better, much more equipped. Le'Veon Bell, Antonio Brown, Roethlisberger, defense, good depth. They got it all going on. Instead, it's like almost goes to overtime, comes down to the last, like a kick at the end. You got Brett Hundley as quarterback. But nonetheless, that's kind of legit, And I don't know if Rodgers is coming back or if he's still saying like they're going to see. I don't know if they have anything to play for, but, it's enough to get past the Buccaneers because they really suck. Anyways, yeah, I just feel like the Packers, they've got a little something going on. They got enough. I don't know. It really seems like it's all kind of just waiting for Aaron Rodgers to, come back someday. But, I don't know. Like, there's still something there, if that makes any sense. I got the Packers. I mean, because they showed it to you in that game. I got the Packers winning this game. By the way, Mike McCarthy's a bum. The guy's a friggin' calling field goals at Heinz Field and like all these, whatever. Anyways, I got the Packers winning this game. Next game up, Indianapolis Colts, Jacksonville Jaguars. Jaguars are 7-4. Colts are 3-8. When do the Giants? They have to play this week, don't they? Yeah, there they are. We're going to talk about Eli Manning in a sec. Yeah, so I had the Jaguars win this game. Colts are a disaster. That's the other thing. Andrew Luck, this guy's been hurt since like 2014. Like, is this guy ever coming back? Whatever. Next game up, Denver Broncos, Miami Dolphins. Dolphins are 4-7. Broncos are 3-8. The Broncos suck. The Dolphins suck too. Who sucks worse? I don't know. Denver's defense has packed it in. They've completely just, they're not interested, non-factor. Just wait until they have a quarterback, I guess, which we'll also talk about that with Eli Manning in a minute. Dolphins, on the other hand, I think Cutler's playing this. I mean, it's Jay Cutler. It's not really a big big help over what, with Matt Moore they were starting last week. But nonetheless, I just feel like Denver's completely they're tanking. This isn't their year. They need a quarterback. Whereas the Dolphins? The Dolphins are a dirty team. I say it every week. You saw it on Sunday. I don't know if you watched that Dolphins game. I watched some of it. I was just kind of flipping around. Dominican Sue, Kiko Alonso, Cameron Wake. I don't know how many people got hurt in that game. Like on the Dolphins and New England. Like it's mind-boggling. Throws dirty hits on Joe Flacco. Coming in, we got friggin' was it Cameron Wake or Dominican Sue? I forget who it was. With a late hit on Brady. Go every game they play, just dirty defense. Really the whole team. I'm surprised because I thought Adam Gase was going to be, he seemed like he kind of, they made the playoffs last year. Seemed like they were going to show you something. Right back to sucking. So I think it's enough to beat the Broncos because they're playing soft. Next thing, Kansas City Chiefs, New York Jets. So the Kansas City Chiefs, I remember when they were like 5-0 or 4-0 or whatever they got to, and I kept saying like, yeah, no, this Chiefs team isn't. Nope, I don't buy it. I don't believe in the Chiefs team. I remember I got comments, people saying like, oh, you hating on the Chiefs, you don't like the Chiefs. How are you picking other teams over the Chiefs? And they were like 4-0, 5-0. Then everyone says, oh, this is an unbelievable team. You had Eric Berry, you got just the whole operation, and I thought. You got Alex Smith, who I don't have any confidence in. Eric Berry gets hurt, and I can see, because I remember, you can go back and watch the videos. I mean, nobody's going to do that, but if you do, I think I say in almost every video, Andy Reid's going to start doing Andy Reid stuff. Like Andy Reid stuff's going to start happening to this team. And that's exactly what happened. They lost however many straight. They're 6-5 after starting off, 4-0, 5-0. And I'm not, I told you so. I hate to say that because it's kind of like an asshole thing to say, but I told you so. I have no faith in that Kansas City team, and it's kind of coming to rear its head. Jets on the other hand, I feel like the Jets could be something in a couple of years. They cut out all the dead weight. They get rid of Revis. They get rid of, just cut the, just complete rebuild, complete tank mode. And not only do they not end up tanking, they end up doing better. I mean, they're 4-7. It's bad, but everybody thought they were going to 0-16 for sure. And I feel like if they got a quarterback, if they tighten up on defense, if they get a run game, if they get some really just a few of those things, and they're in the Patriots division, so they're really not going anywhere. But still, like that's a team that I feel like is on the up and up, and the Chiefs are kind of facing the other way. And nonetheless, I feel like the Chiefs are going to Andy Reid's going to be cracking heads. Like they need wins. They just need wins. The Chargers are getting ready to take over first place in the AFC West. Like, yeah, I got the Chiefs winning this game. The Jets, it was short lived with the Jets. So next game up, Houston Texans, Tennessee Titans. There's so many games where one team has the opposite of the other team's score. Like Texans are 4-7, Titans are 7-4. Texans have been nothing since Deshaun Watson went down. Tennessee Titans, if they had. You got, and we'll talk about the Eli Manning stuff in a minute, but you got Coughlin down there. I feel like you get Eli Manning in there because I'll wait for that. But Tennessee Titans are a few pieces short of being a real serious challenger in the AFC. But yeah, I get to beat the Titans this week, or Texans. I'm sorry. Next game up, we have this is a great one to talk about. We got the Cleveland Browns. Oh, God, the Cleveland Browns and the LA Chargers. So we got the 0-11 Cleveland Browns and the 5-6. It's the San Diego Chargers. Screw LA Chargers. It's San Diego Chargers. Got the Chargers winning this game. The Chargers they're on the way up. Their trend line is facing up. 5-6. If you win out, you go 10-6. I think you could win the AFC West. I think because I feel like the Chiefs will lose again. Yeah, it seems like they could make a run this year. They're not getting past, Patriots, Steelers. That's not going to happen. But yeah, anyways, we're wasting too much. It's the friggin' Browns. Of course, the Chargers are going to win. Next game up, we have the Carolina Panthers, New Orleans Saints. Get the Saints winning this game. Tampa Bay, what the hell is this? Yeah, we already did that. This thing's stuck. All right, LA Rams, Arizona Cardinals. I got the Rams winning this game. Rams are legit this year. Here we go. This is what I wanted to talk about. So we got the New York Giants, Oakland Raiders. I got the Raiders winning this game, of course. So Eli Manning yesterday gets benched. So you got Geno Smith and you got whoever that other guy is. I don't even know what the hell's his name. Whatever their other quarterback is. I don't understand this at all because it's like, first of all, Eli Manning wasn't the problem. Not having an offensive line, no run game, no receivers, defense playing like crap. That's the problem. So I don't know how benching, I mean, you're already tanking. You're already losing every week. So it's not like, oh, we're not good. Let's tank, for draft position. That's not really it because you were losing with Eli Manning. So I don't know what difference it makes benching him. Then you can say, oh, well, they want to evaluate, maybe if they want to move Eli Manning, try to draft pick to kind of rebuild for next year. Maybe they're trying to see what they got in their other quarterbacks. They start Geno Smith. Geno Smith blows. Geno Smith is not taking over for Eli Manning. Maybe if it's the other kid, then maybe. But even then, not really. But so, I don't know what this accomplishes benching Eli Manning. He's definitely done in New York. He's not coming back. Like, the disrespect. You understand this guy has started every game for the New York Giants since 2004. Since he started playing quarterback for the Giants. He has not ever missed one game. I don't think anybody else in the league's even, like, what other quarterback in the league's even close? It's not even close. So, I mean, I don't know what the hell they're doing benching him. They got no business benching him. Ben McAdoo's a bum. He sucks. Blaming everybody else. He sucks. His decision sucks. Reese, personnel decisions suck. Can't manage the locker room. They suck. And so, I don't know what, like, the one reliable on the team, the one guy who wasn't the issue, they bench him. I can't make heads or tails out of it. I think it sucks. I mean, after disrespect like that, he's obviously done in New York. He has a no trade clause. If I was Eli, I would use it. I would just, whatever trade they want to do, just keep saying no, 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 no. Make them, if I was Eli, make them release me so they get nothing in return. I get like a compensatory pick or something like that. I'm getting nothing in return and go to whatever team I want. Now, as far as which I think, you don't come back from getting benched if you're like, it just doesn't happen. At least I don't think, a lot of people are angry today about that. So it's kind of consensus. So it goes to another team. This is a juicy storyline here. Like, where could Eli Manning go? He's played for the Giants since 2004 for 13 freaking years, or 14, however the math works. Hold on, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So it's 14 because you have to include the, first year, first year there where he started. 14 years, this guy. You don't come back from that. So let's say he goes somewhere else. Where does he go? So if he does get released to go where he wants, just assuming he gets traded. I guess he'd have to agree to the trade. The Giants aren't going to trade him in the NFC. They're going to make him go to the AFC. It's like the Patriots with Jimmy Garoppolo. They trade him to the 49ers, to the NFC, to the other side of the country. Because they don't want, if he's good, they just don't want to deal. Let's just put him out there. Don't want to deal with it. Giants, I can see doing the same thing. So they're not trading him to the NFC because, you don't want to help your competitors. You don't want to see him on, let's see, he's not going to go Cowboys because they got Dak. Go to the Redskins, take over for Kirk. That's the last thing they want in their own division, like beating them twice a year. They don't want that at all. So he's not going to the NFC, I would assume. So that means if he goes to the AFC, where would he go? You'd have to go. The only way it would make sense is if you go to a team that's close, like a team that's just a quarterback away from being really good. So I got Denver, I got Tennessee. They would never trade him to the Jets. Like, they're not going to let him, go play across the street. Because they wouldn't do that. It's like, well, you get the idea. So it's Denver or it's the Titans. So Tom Coughlin, his old buddy there, old coach, is now, works for the Titans. Is he the GM or in front office, something like that, or vice president? I'm not entirely sure what his role is, but so he's with the Titans. That would make sense because the Titans are, quarterback at a few. I mean, they're 7-4. Yeah, they're 7-4. They just need a few things, a few pieces, and Coughlin's there. So someday when they make the Football Life documentary, that's like a storybook ending. He goes back with Coughlin, and tries to win another one. Or you go to Denver. Denver is great defense. Who they haven't played like it this season because they quit, because they suck, because they have no quarterback. So you play Denver. I think Denver more than any other team in the league is a team where you plug in a quarterback. You have Emmanuel Sanders, Demaryius Thomas. You got receivers. Elway will figure out a way to get some other guys in there. The defense is already good. That's really what they need. Number one, priority one, more than anything else, is a quarterback in Denver. So it's the AFC, other part of the country, AFC West. That makes sense because they need a quarterback and then they'd be good. I would love to see that. I want to see that so much. I want to see that. I would love to see that. Eli Manning, because then think about that. Then you've got Eli Manning. You got to playing Tom Brady twice a year, right? Because then they're in the same conference. Maybe not twice, because I don't know if the Patriots play Denver now. I don't think they played Denver so many years in a row. I don't think they do next year. No, because it's whoever's the same place finish. So the Patriots are first in the AFC East. Denver's not going to be first in the AFC West this year, so they're not going to play Denver next year, I don't believe. But, I mean, if they get good and meet in the playoffs, wouldn't you love to see an AFC championship game with Tom Brady and Eli Manning? Like, that's like some kind of, like, Madden Ultimate Team, like, Hall of Fame raw. Like, that's like, I'm not saying that. I mean, I'm saying, like, that's like if you had a basketball team with LeBron, Steph Curry, against another team that had, KD, Kyrie, like just teams that don't really, you just take stars from different teams and make like two, because he's been playing since 2004. Brady's been there since 2001. They've never been in the same division. I would love to watch. I would love to see that. That would be awesome. I would pay money to watch that. Oh my god! Imagine if they trade to the Jets and then them and the Patriots and the Jets, and like say then the Jets make the playoffs, but to play each other 3 times a year head to head. Given the history, right? Because the 2 Super Bowls that Manning won closely over the that wasn't Manning, that was his defense. But I don't know. I'd love to see it, or even if it's not the Patriots, like you see like Eli and the Steelers, or Eli going up against Coughlin with the Titans, or I don't know. I get all worked up just thinking about that. I would love to see that. Anyways. That's not even the last game. Yeah, so Giants. Next game up, game of the week right here. What the hell am I talking about? Worth talking about that. Game of the week, Philadelphia Eagles, Seattle Seahawks. Eagles are obviously 10-1. Seahawks are 7-4. However, I've been beating this drum the whole season. The Eagles have played garbage teams. They're 10-1 because they have played garbage, rubbish teams. Let's just run through this real quick. You want to know who the Eagles have played? You want to know the 10 teams that the Eagles have beat? I'll tell you who they are. All right, we'll see how impressed you are after this with the Eagles. Okay, this is who the Eagles have beaten. These are the 10 teams right here. Ready? And some of them I think are the same because it's division rivals. They have beaten the Redskins, the Giants, the Chargers, the Cardinals, the Panthers, Redskins again, the 49ers, the Broncos, the Cowboys, and the Bears. Their one loss was to the Chiefs, which was in week 2, they were a good team in week 2, much better than, excellent team, much better than they are now. So you've played crap. I mean, who are those teams? I mean, the Chargers, it was a close one, but it depends on what you think of the Chargers. The Panthers, they won 28-23, but I mean, the Panthers, they played them beginning of October. I mean, Panthers aren't all that great. So, 49ers, Denver, the Bears, the Giants. Like, I don't really put a lot of stock into beating up on those teams because they suck. Like, a high school team could beat the Giants the way they've been playing this year. Good God. I mean, so there's that. So this is like the first, since the Chiefs game, like the first real straight up scrap. I think this week will tell you whether or not the Eagles are what people make them out to be. This is gonna, sorry, I just bumped my microphone. This game is gonna decide it, or not decide it, but this will tell you everything you need to know. If they get blown the hell out by the Seahawks, then they were a fraud 10-1 team, and we'll find that out. If they blow out the Seahawks, then it's legit. It really is. What I'm expecting to see, really what it has to do with is the Eagles are much better, much better, no question about much better equipped than the Seahawks is in terms of health. So the Seahawks lose Cam Chancellor, lose Richard Sherman, you know, Russell Wilson's running for his life again. O-line's a disaster. It's not as bad as it was. It's still a disaster. Obviously no Marshawn Lynch like years ago. They lost some receiver. I mean, it's a shell. The fact they're 7-4 is amazing. But nonetheless, there's no question about it that the Seahawks pose a much bigger challenge to the Eagles than the friggin' Giants and, you know, Bears. God. The Bears scored 3 points last week. I don't know. But anyway, so this will answer a lot of questions. Let's get up. Steelers, Bengals. I got the Steelers winning that game. All right, guys, that's going to do for this week's video. Hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, sort of thing. If you want to agree, disagree, anything like that, let me know in the comments down below. Love to see it. Other than that, until next time, that's going to do for this one, guys. Thanks for watching.